Welcome to another very exciting episode of the Daily Hive with Tone Vays and Matt McGregor. Good morning, Tone. How are you going?
Morning. I purposely removed the word good from before that morning. Man, we're getting a little bit of volatility this morning. I am still over in Rotan. I was gonna sit next to the pirate, but it's a little sunny over there. So we got to get straight to the charts today.
Yeah, we've got to get straight to the charts, and there's a lot to talk about in today's show, but we're going to have to keep it a bit short. I got to get up very early tomorrow. All the movers are coming here to pack up the whole house, so I've got to be bright and sunny. So,
Oh,
Tone, launch into it, mate. Let's go.
all right. I'm gonna launch into it. So, man, we talk about this on Spaces all the time. Myself and Joe Colasari have been on the record for what feels like a year now that Jerome Powell and the Fed are not going to lower the rate. Uh, because in order for him to lower the interest rate, Jerome Powell needs several things. He needs high unemployment, which isn't happening. He needs low inflation, which isn't happening. Okay. He needs these things um, in order to lower the rate. And he needs to see that the government has stopped printing so much money, which also is not happening. Therefore, when the inflation numbers come in hotter than expected, inflation is still high at 3.5%. The stock market tanks, and guess what happens? Bitcoin tanks. So whoever keeps trying to convince me that there's no correlation between stocks and Bitcoin, that person needs to remove all social media.
I
It
mean,
is completely
Tone,
correlated.
we're looking at it in real time. Look at it. Look at the 5 minute chart, the correlation. It is insane.
Correct. Correct. The stock market and Bitcoin are correlated, and they're correlated for multiple reasons on multiple timescales. They are correlated because they are both private assets versus public assets like government bonds. They are correlated because the moment a news comes out, bot trading is from higher net worth institutions will instantly react and try to profit from the news in the same exact way in the S&P 500 as in the stock market. I'm also curious how gold did. Let's see how gold did. Well, guess what? Gold probably also took a little bit of a nosedive, and guess what time that happened? I bet you that also took place at exactly 8:30 in the morning because uh, everyone expects lower rates. There it is, 8:30 in the morning. Everyone's expecting lower rates. And how does that relate to speculative assets? Well, if the government lowers rates, even by 25 basis points, which is a quarter of a percent, these bots and fools that program these bots think that suddenly all these rich people are going to borrow money cheaper and put that money into private assets like gold, Bitcoin, and the stock market and get very, very wealthy. In reality, it doesn't matter. This is a stock market hissy fit. As I said, after every single high inflation print and after every single non-interest rate drop by the Federal Reserve, the crazy sellers in this market will realize that the reason Jerome Powell doesn't need to lower rates is because the economy is strong. Speculation in private assets like gold, S&P, and Bitcoin is still strong. They will get over their obsession with needing cheap money to raise the price of speculative assets. And when this gets through their heads, the price of all of these speculative assets will once again break all-time highs. This might be today, this might be tomorrow, and very, very likely next week. So the market has just started trading. Yesterday's 10 a.m. reversal trade did not exactly work out, but if you followed proper risk parameters, you just had a break-even trade. It's very possible that this hissy fit is over. Everyone that panic sold or got liquidated will realize that the economy is strong. The inflation is still high. High inflation leads to higher gold prices, leads to higher stock prices, leads to higher income for companies because they pass on that inflation to the consumer, and it leads to higher Bitcoin prices. So I am still bullish in this market, and inflation came in kind of as I expected, and I'm pretty sure at the next Fed meeting, Powell will do nothing about lowering the interest rate. Now, having said that, let's go specifically to Bitcoin. The weekly chart is looking like an MRI top had, its high. Look, in hindsight, it's very easy to trade. In real time, of course, it's always hard, especially on weekly timescales. I will talk about my positions a little bit later. And by later, I mean in 30 seconds. But right now, the weekly chart is still consolidating. There is a price flip. This is both good and bad. In reality, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if we go to a second consecutive MRI top or we end up with a red 1 candle followed by a green 1 candle followed by a green star candle. All we would do is delay the green star by a single week. But as far as altering the entry into this trade off of the green star candle, it could be even lower, it could be a little bit higher, or it could remain the same. Just like with the price of Bitcoin, it can go up, it can go down, or it can remain neutral. Okay, and yes, that is a trader's job to try and profit from all three of those possibilities. Now, Bitcoin price remains in a range. At this point, since I already panic sold a part of my position and then FOMO bought that part of my position back, suffering a small defeat in my total retirement balance, I will stay a little extra patient. And what I will do instead is, if this candle, which still has 3 days, continues to consolidate, what I would then do is I would constrict the range. I don't like to enter these trades too often. But what I would do is I would draw a tighter horizontal channel within the wider horizontal channel. And I would try to stick to this channel. Now, I can do this by using the most recent shadows or the bodies. I think something like this, but I do want this candle to complete. I don't really want to act on this channel in current candle. I want to give this candle a full shot. Now, another thing is going over to the daily chart, we can now start to draw a very clean symmetric triangle. And this is what I said yesterday. Remember what I said? Yes, the trend line is broken, but it's not broken in any kind of strong conviction because we never had a full candle above that trend line. We have now pulled all the way back. I now treat this as resistance. And this now allows me to draw a symmetric triangle. I'm going to delete this arrow just for cleanliness. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move this out the way like that. And I can now begin to draw a symmetric triangle. This is a very long and wide symmetric triangle. It's not perfectly clean as it's not touching the candles right here.
Oh, there it is.
Oh man, just as I say, I haven't sneezed in 4 days on this island. I end up sneezing, but nothing like what I go through in Panama or New York or sometimes even Miami. But so this is a very clean symmetric triangle. This symmetric triangle to me leans very slightly bullish. So maybe I will draw it with a little bit of a greenish tint because I do think it's slightly bullish because it's happening at the top of the range. It actually looks even nicer on a 4-day scale. And we just wait. We wait and see. Here is our 5-minute chart. I think this will recover. Those that have taken on high leverage positions in the $69,000 range are panicking. Perhaps they didn't get liquidated. I hope they didn't. And
How'd Winston go?
Winston continues to be a stubborn mule and is holding his trade. I hope it pays off for him. I think it will pay off for him. But let's just say my confidence isn't 90%. My confidence is like 55 to 59% that holding this trade would pay off. If this crash happened without the news event at 8:30 on the CPI print, I would have absolutely panic sold and got out of any short-term leverage trades because I know the reason for this crash, and we are now have already recovered halfway up. We are coming up on 10 a.m., so there could be a 10 a.m. reversal to the downside. However, once again, higher inflation numbers lead to higher prices in speculative assets. That's what inflation does. I don't know why these bots that auto panic sold the inflation numbers have not yet understood this, and this is also why AI is not going to take over the world. I'm going to leave it there, and I hand it off to you. Let me just look at this. Okay, good. Go for it.
All right, Tone, I thought that was excellent. That was excellent. And I'm going to get into my spiel very quickly. I have some interesting points to make today. Before I go any further, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Please use the Discord group. And all you need to do to sign up for the Discord group, and as I show you this right now, this is really cool. So Justin, who's my partner at Blackbox, he made, Tone, am I on screen share here with Justin? Can you see that?
You are.
Awesome.
Yes, I can.
He released this video last night on the Financial Summit. It's how to join the Discord group. It's just a 4-minute tutorial here. It's
Hello and welcome to the Financial Summit.
I'm not going to play it, but if you were wondering, a lot of questions have been asked. We couldn't join the Discord group. This is how you do it right here. All you need to do is sign up for the affiliate links, and Justin will tell you better than I will there. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's right there. Check it out. We'll if you're watching this show in replay, it'll be at the end of the show. It'll be the link to the show. Otherwise, just go to the Financial Summit. You'll find it there. 2bit, BitGet. It's all you need to do. Sign up the affiliate links. All right, let's get into this. This is really interesting. So you'll notice a lot of lines on the page right now. So the trade that I was on the 4-hour time frame, the trade that I was in yesterday and for the last 3 days was from 67,885. And yesterday when we were doing the show, the price was about, we'll call it just over $70,000. And I said I was really hoping that despite the little bump we've had today, I thought that we would recover the price and kick on from there. I don't know how long it was, maybe 20 minutes after the show last night, maybe even less. I messaged Tone at 70,052. I closed that position in.
Hey, Matt, you're not on screen share.
Oh, my Lord. This is why.
I didn't know if you meant to be on screen share, but it sounds like you should be.
Yeah, I am. Let me start that again really quickly. So you'll see all the lines here, blah, blah, blah. So about 10 minutes after the show last night at 70,052, I closed the position out in 0.1823 Bitcoin profit. It was a nice little trade from here to here, but I'm bloody happy I got out of that trade because it would have let all my... Winston, pay attention to this, my friend. I got out of the trade in profit.
Yes, he's eating breakfast across the table from me watching.
I got out and I could have got back in at exactly the same position. But then, and I thought, cool, I'm out of the trade, whatever, right? This is the move I was really proud of. I set at exactly here, I went to bed, so I got out of the trade. I set a buy order price right here on this blue line, this purple line. So I'll get rid of the blue lines so it cleans it up. I was really proud of this. I set a buy order at 68,255, and last night we came down.
Why did you set it at that price? Did it have to do with that moving average?
2 reasons why I set it at that price. Because it wasn't the moving average. It was because I wanted to buy back inside the green wave on the 4-hour time frame on Alpha Numerics, and on the weekly time frame, I said it's exactly the same price. It was exactly on the 7, my fast moving average, the 7 simple moving average on the weekly time frame. So I had 2 points of confluence at exactly the same price on the weekly and on the 4-day time frame. And I went to bed. I had a stop loss in place, which was pretty conservative, but I didn't use a huge amount of money. I don't want to say how much, but less than I normally would. And it perfectly hit it. And when I woke up in the morning, we were about here at just above 69,000, and I was feeling really good about the position. Then I had moved already here. I had moved my stop loss to break even, and I was happy with that. I wasn't going to lose money on the trade. Where I was $1,000. It was $1,000 up from when I had entered the trade. But then I saw on Twitter about the CPI announcement, and the market started to crash. And in a moment of just sheer whatever, I removed that break-even stop loss, which it would have got me out of the position. And I moved my stop loss down to 67,255. So I gave
Holy
myself
shit, is Matt in a losing trade for the first time this year?
No, I make losing trades, man. I make losing trades. But don't worry about that. So I moved I mean, I'm underwater currently, but if you let me finish, I don't believe I'm going to lose money on this trade. So I instead of taking the break even stop and just getting the fees, I moved it down $1,000, and we came very, very near to it right now. We came to 67, 450, but I'm still in this trade now. The reason I did that, you never remove a stop loss. I know this, Tone. I know.
Matt broke 2 rules. Matt
Mhm.
broke 2 of Tone Vase's 3 rules. He broke rule number 2 and rule number 3, and I hope he doesn't break rule number 1. So
I'm about to double down.
Right. So Matt is about to break all 3 rules. So Tone Vase rule number he broke them in backwards order. So he breaks rule number 3 by allowing a winning trade to turn into a losing trade. He then breaks rule number 2 by removing the stop loss.
Yeah.
And he's about to break rule number 1 by doubling down on a losing position, which was not his original plan.
I don't know I don't know if I'll double down just yet, but that was a joke. But yeah, but look, I had a reason to remove the stop loss, and it's the same thing that you said in your video. I like when the CPI data comes out, we flash crash, and within 24 hours we've recovered from this position. I really liked this entry that I had. I'm still in the trade. It is underwater, marginally underwater. I still have my stop loss in place at 67,255. That's okay. I can now that we've had the bounce, I can now actually raise this stop loss up because I don't want to come back down on the next
Matt,
time.
lost your audio.
Oh,
Mouse is still moving.
Hello, can you hear me?
I lost Matt's video. Yeah, I lost you for a second. Was that you or me?
Look, you're a bit cloudy on my end. Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I got you. All right. Let's get back.
Yeah, let's get back. I'll wrap this up. Look, if we start to come back down again, I could move my stop loss up because I don't like the idea of a second attempt going back lower. But for now, I want to give this some breathing room. I think the CPI data will calm down, and I think that we have a very good chance here of going higher. I know that's crazy. We've only looked at the 4-hour time frame here, but everything else is the same for me. On the weekly time frame, as you saw, which was why I entered that trade, I'm very satisfied with the fact that even right now, we're right on the 7 simple moving average, which means we're above every moving average. Yes, if next week we go lower, then yes, there's trouble in place. But for now, I'm holding strong in this position, and I'm gonna leave my stop loss where it is. I might get out earlier, but I'm getting no lower than 67,255 on this particular trade. And yeah, it might be a losing trade. Don't know, but that's where it is right now. I hope tomorrow it's bounced, and you'll say, "Wow, you were pretty smart to have done what you done." But we'll see. Anything else, Tone?
No, that's it. Tomorrow's a travel day for me. It's time to leave this little paradise and head off to Texas. I will be at BIP Black Boom. We can still do a show tomorrow morning. My flight is around 11 a.m. and we'll do these shows 11 a.m. local time. And right now it's only 8 a.m. local. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And Matt, close us out.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Tomorrow I'm moving all my stuff out, this desk and everything, the monitors. I'll keep my laptop and everything, so I'm still able to do the show. But for the next month, 6 weeks, these shows are going to be interesting. What location I'm in and how I'm set up. I might be in dungeons. I might be in the car. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Please watch that video that we released on the Financial Summit on how to join the free Discord group. It explains it a lot better than I can. Use the affiliate links in the description below. 2bit and BitGet, and you're away. Tone, thank you very much. Good luck, everybody. Hold tight. This could just be a blip, and tomorrow we've blipped up. Don't know. We'll see.
Good luck with the move, man.
Trade safe. Thanks, guys.